Today on Design Santa Barbara, we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, preparing to head south to Ojai, a beautiful community south of Santa Barbara, and visit Maraya. You remember Maraya, my dear friend from previous episodes? She has a modern home. She says it's fabulous, and I believe her. And she starts from the scratch. She started the house from the concept, and I'm really excited to see what she has for us in store. Please join us.
So Michael, this is the great room.
It looks wonderful. It looks amazing. I love the exposed beams. The hardwood floors are beautiful. Love your art. I know it's yours, and you did a wonderful job again. Beautiful.
Right. I actually designed the entire house, and my husband also helped. And these beams are from Luxembourg, and there's actually a stamp on them that says Luxembourg.
Yeah, I saw it actually on the one. That one says Luxembourg. You guys imported from Luxembourg? Seriously?
They're from Luxembourg. I think that's where they do all the steel.
That's
I don't
wonderful.
really know. But we left them natural. They still have the rust on them. And then the art I did for the house. I didn't do the house around the art.
So, as usual, we start from the ground up, and these are your designs actually, which we make, but they are your own designs. And we brought two for you to choose today. See which one you like better.
So these rugs were made in Tibet, and they're made from wool and silk, and they're all hand knotted. This one is a starburst design, and Auriel, my partner, and we designed all the rugs. This particular rug is one that I've designed.
It looks beautiful.
I love the rug. It's so modern.
It looks different. I like your designs. They're
Yeah.
very, very extraordinary. We got another one too. So the other one is a little bit smaller and slightly more geometric. So let's see which one you like better.
This one is a little more dramatic in that the colors show up just a little bit more. Auriel actually designed this rug, and there's some open space over here at the end. And if we use this one, I would actually turn it around.
Which one of the two you like better?
I think that the more dramatic one might be better in here.
I think it looks better with your whole environment. Yes, absolutely. So can we just switch this one, please, if we get the top one installed? Thank you. All right, that looks beautiful.
I actually like this rug better because the design shows up a little more on it. This one is wool and silk, also from Tibet, hand woven.
And actually it's your own design, so we can say this is available at maraya.com and also at rugzamor.com. So you can come and see it in our design center.
Right, actually Auriel, my partner, designed this particular rug.
It's beautiful, all right. So next we had the sofas.
Right, I'd like a small sofa over there. Thank you.
Is the smaller one, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Very nice, clean, modern lines. And warm color. You see a lot of people use cold colors and they think it's modern. And I like it the way you do things is warm and rich colors.
You are so right. I forgot to tell you that. Many people think that white is what's modern. And you see all these white houses, and they're just white houses that are all drywalled with the recessed cans all over the ceiling. This house is one that we wanted to make modern, but livable and warm.
It is warm, it is beautiful, rich, modern looking without having that cold look that you get a lot of times. It looks like a hospital look. I love the paint of the wall you did. This is beautiful, like a plum kind of brown color, right?
Yeah,
Aubergine.
it's called mahogany. And I grew up in a modern house in Malibu that my dad designed a long time ago, early in the 60s. And I just remember it being very cold.
Okay.
And so I've always wanted to design a house that was a warm, modern house.
And this is it's truly warm. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. So next we have a coffee table to go with it. Correct? Yes. Again, you picked this metal coffee table that matches your outdoors. I mean, we should show that outdoor. It's amazing. How did you do those metal sidings?
My husband's a contractor, and he had those made, and they're specially made for this house.
It's beautiful. I've never seen it anywhere else.
From galvanized steel.
All right. Now we have the bigger sofa matches the smaller. Looks wonderful. So what else did we have for this room?
I have a black chair that goes there, and we also have some pillows, and then we can start accessorizing.
Let's do that. Again, it's not a surprise to me that you do a wonderful job, but this is a modern home and it's warm as you walk into a Tuscan villa. It's beautiful. So maybe you can explain a little bit what you did, why you picked the colors, and how you make it so lovable.
Okay, well, when we first designed the home, we thought we would do a concrete floor because those are really in right now. But thinking how I would want to live here, I decided on having a wood floor instead because it's a lot warmer. And so we put the wood on the floor and we put the concrete element in the wall instead. As you can see, it's
exposed concrete.
It's exposed concrete. Here we have a floating fireplace, and this is actually a black granite that's been honed, and we made this protrude a little bit with stone on it. Having the light come down, and the light comes on different times of the day and makes different patterns on this wall. This is a skylight up here above the fireplace, so it gives some dimension as the sun moves over.
I have noticed you have quite a lot of skylights actually in the main room, which is beautiful. This has a lot of light coming in, but extra light gives, as you said, texture and different look. Beautiful. So from here we go to dining room, correct?
That's right, and I just want to point out that the whole house is open to the pool in the back.
I follow you. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. People often ask me why buy an antique rug that costs more than a new one. Antique rugs have been around for several thousand years. In fact, the oldest still intact rug is over 2,500 years old and currently resides at the Hermitage in St. Petersburg. Antique rugs have been made exclusively by hand as an art form, with hand-spun wool and natural dyes. They're passed down from generation to generation as an heirloom. These rugs become an incredible investment over time. Antique rugs have a unique patina and look that, like any other antique, cannot be replicated by modern manufacturing. These rugs add to the warmth of your room and give personality that average rugs cannot. Recently, a record was broken when a rug with ties to Santa Barbara sold for $34 million. Come into Santa Barbara Design Center today and see our incredible antique rug collection and choose your next family heirloom. In this edition of Michael's Minutes, let's talk about sofas, be it classical, transitional, or modern. The style you choose should be based on your personal preference. Once you have a style, selecting the right size and shape for your space is critical. We offer love seats, sofas, sectionals, and sectionals with a return. The next step is selecting the right fabric for your lifestyle. You can choose from casual to durable, even washable. Last but not least comes the comfort of your sofa. We carry many materials like high-density foam that you can cover in polyester, down, or premium angel hair for maximum comfort and support. I invite you to come to Santa Barbara Design Center at 410 Olive Street and select your dream sofa. I see. Miss Auriel is here too. How are you, Auriel?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. Wonderful.
Good to see you too.
So you guys did an unusual thing again. So I see you have a cement table out here.
Yes.
Maybe you tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this is a cement table with chunky wood base. We just wanted to bring a little bit more of the concrete and natural elements from the house into the furniture as well. So
I bet you it doesn't get scratched.
it doesn't, and it's really heavy.
And it's really heavy. And what's your inspiration for it?
Well, we wanted to bring a little bit more of the cool natural elements that we used in the house into the furniture. So taking the concrete idea from the wall and the chunky wood, you know, bringing more of the wood from the floor and the doors into it. So we found this from one of our suppliers and just fell in love.
It's wonderful. I like it a lot. All right, I think we had 6 chairs to go with the table.
We do.
All right, let's bring them in. So now we have a dining table, we got the chairs, you already have the artichoke ready, so where's the barbecue?
Outside.
All right, after the show we go outside. All right, so these are beautiful chairs. Why did you pick these?
For the leather and the metal base, they're really comfortable and casual, and they're not going to detract from everything else going on in the home.
And again, I don't see too much leather in modern homes. They're always white and kind of crass in color. This is beautiful, warm, rich, and kind of old world, but goes beautiful with the cement table. Nice.
We used a lot of natural materials, and that's what gives the warmth
That's what I mean.
to the whole
floor,
house.
The way you did is just incredible. I mean, you would imagine would be cement and would be cold. You're right, but this is just warm and rich at the same time modern. So we had a little bit accessories.
And we also have a table here that's reclaimed teak, and it has an iron base, which picks up the iron of the beams.
As well as your beautiful windows are incredible. And we just opened them to go see outside. It's beautiful. So your art is hanging again.
It is.
It's amazing. You're artist, architect, designer. What else do you do?
I design rugs.
Okay, that's good. Add that to the list. All right, we got a couple.
Thank you.
Vases, and I think that completes the dining room, correct?
You know, we really didn't accessorize it too much because we wanted to have it really casual and easy living and very simple.
It's beautiful, very beautiful. So where are we going from here?
Well, we have a little family room.
All right,
It's just a little entertainment room.
love to see.
Okay.
Let's go. Coming up next on Design Santa Barbara.
Welcome to Rugs & More. We provide the West Coast with the most comprehensive collection of new, oriental, and antique rugs. Rugs are solid art investments and often become cherished family treasures. Our limitless inventory will warm up your home. Exotic or traditional, tribal or modern, our rugs weave stories through intricate patterns, compelling colors, and touchable materials. Number 1 in Santa Barbara for over 20 years. Visit us today at Rugs & More, 410 Olive Street in Santa Barbara.
At Santa Barbara Design Center, we have a great variety of Castell outdoor furniture for your home. Choose from many styles, including patio chairs, outdoor sofas, chaise lounges, and more to find the perfect fit for your terrace. Castell outdoor furniture is the finest in the world. Made from the best materials, they're durable, long-lasting, and offer styles ranging from classical to contemporary. Castell outdoor furniture is handmade one at a time to ensure the highest quality, from a solid foundation to individual brush strokes. Each piece truly is a work of art. With custom-tailored cushions, comfort and fashion is designed to conform to luxury exterior furniture, giving just the right feel to outdoor lounging. I invite you to come in and see the luxury of Castell outdoor furniture at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. So Mariah, we are in the beautiful den, and I see just perfect for watching TV and a movie, but most likely what I like is your rug on the floor. It's beautiful. You did a beautiful job. You know how many people talk about those beautiful birds, and it's amazing. You should do more rugs.
Thanks, I will.
You should. So maybe tell us a little bit about the room.
Well, I'll tell you a little about the room, but before I want to let you know that this is a Tibetan rug, and it's also wool and silk, and it's hand knotted.
That's wonderful. Love it.
And Auriel did design it.
Auriel designed it, and actually the most natural thing somebody can get. We weave these things by hand, and they're all natural dyes or hand-spun wool, and they last for a lifetime. Beautiful, and I'm glad you used something handmade in a modern environment. Very nice. The sectional and the cabinets.
Yeah, the bookshelves. Actually, this room has just a monolith of a wall here, so it's actually open to the rest of the house. But when you walk through the house, you don't really see the TV. It's hidden, but you can see the sofa, and sitting here, it's open to the rest of the house. So it's a little bit of a sanctuary, but it's still open to the rest of the house. It's not completely separated.
Because actually, you put it right, it's like a sanctuary. You feel like really cozy and warm, and we had an ottoman for this room. Let's bring that one in.
We designed this ottoman for the center of the room because it's a great place to put your feet. And I put a table back here so that you can put your drinks back there and still put your feet up on the ottoman. So it's an ottoman that is faux leather, and it's extremely washable and unstainable.
Unstainable, and actually very practical and beautiful. So we had a little bit of accessories to do. Maybe do that now. Here we go. So we had a tray and some pillows. Like a beautiful room, and very cozy and rich, as you mentioned. But I'm anxious to see the rest of the house. Maybe you can give us a tour.
Great, let's go to the master bedroom.
Love it, please.
So the first thing I wanted to show you is this beautiful sliding barn door. It's made out of reclaimed teak. So we built in a bed right here, and it has upholstery on the back, and the wood goes all the way up to the ceiling, and there's floating nightstands. Then we also put in a shag carpet on either side of the bed for warmth. And we mostly kept this kind of white and neutral. Those are the colors that are in right now. So even though the house is really warm, I still wanted to use some of the current colors. Well, this is the master bath, and I kept it very lean and white and clean. That's Caesar stone counters on the cabinets, and I made them extra thick. They're also floating, so the space goes all the way towards the wall in the back, which gives it a more modern look. The windows above the mirror showcase the mountains and the eucalyptus trees behind it, so the shades never have to go down, and you can just see the beautiful view because they're up so high. This kitchen is open to the rest of the house, and it also is open to the views, so you can see the mountains on the north end of Ojai. We use two types of wood in here, a dark one and a light one, to break it up, and then there's also a natural walnut counter with a natural edge for the little bar area. The island is a floating island once again, so there's just a support in the center, and then it floats out on the two ends. And using a farmhouse sink, because that's more of an old traditional style, but doing more of a modern update, cleaner look.
I love working with Maraya. Maraya is a true artist. She starts from the scratch. Whatever she does, it becomes wonderful. She comes to the Design Center quite often and picks the most beautiful items. She has a very good taste. She has a very good aesthetic, and end project is always wonderful. Again, she's a pleasure to deal with, and looking forward to see her again.
Welcome to Rugs and More. We provide the West Coast with the most comprehensive collection of new Oriental and antique rugs. Rugs are solid art investments and often become cherished family treasures. Our limitless inventory will warm up your home. Exotic or traditional, tribal or modern, our rugs weave stories through intricate patterns, compelling colors, and touchable materials. #1 in Santa Barbara for over 20 years. Visit us today at Rugs and More, 410 Olive Street in Santa Barbara.
People often ask me why buy an antique rug that costs more than a new one. Antique rugs have been around for several thousand years. In fact, the oldest still intact rug is over 2,500 years old and currently resides at the Hermitage in St. Petersburg. Antique rugs have been made exclusively by hand as an art form, with hand-spun wool and natural dyes. They're passed down from generation to generation as an heirloom. These rugs become an incredible investment over time. Antique rugs have a unique patina and look that, like any other antique, cannot be replicated by modern manufacturing. These rugs add to the warmth of your room and give personality that average rugs cannot. Recently, a record was broken when a rug with ties to Santa Barbara sold for $34 million. Come into Santa Barbara Design Center today and see our incredible antique rug collection and choose your next family heirloom. Today on 411 we have Maraya and Auriel, and I've been dealing with them for a long time, and I know you build houses from scratch, and you did this house. My question is, how do you start? How do you think about building a house, and what is your progress, and what do you do?
Well, usually you do start with a napkin sketch, and in this case we did. My husband came up with, he wanted some monolith walls, and he wanted them to intersect. So he went with his sketch pad and he did a few lines on a piece of paper, which was impossible to read, but I got it and gave him a house with monolith walls that are intersecting exactly in the places that he wanted. So that's really the first step. And then of course all the county and all of the permits that you need and getting the water. It's not just design, it's all a lot of working with the county too.
All right, so if somebody wants to start to build a house from scratch, you recommend them to get a napkin and paint on it?
I think that's a great idea, coming up with all kinds of ideas first, and what you want to use the house for and who it's for is the main thing.
All right, I thank you very much. I appreciate it for being on 411, and looking forward to see you guys again. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Today on Appraisals, we have few textiles from Native American weavings. So a lot of people say Navajo weavings is correct. They say American Indian weavings is correct, but not entirely. So first of all, they're Native Americans and they're not Indians, so that's one thing. Secondary is the Navajo is one of the largest tribes, but it's not the only tribe that did weavings. So for instance, this is a yei, and these are dancers, and they're yei dancers, and they're very decorative, very pretty, and you know, just about every collector would like to have one or two of them. This particular one is not very old. It's probably like 1970s. This is a small format. It's very fine weave, and the wool seems to be hand spun. This piece in a fair market value would sell between $500 to $600. Next, we have a 2 gray hill. And this particular example is a very unusual design. It's a storm design and goes the vertical length. And it is woven around 1940s, 1950s. It's pretty good shape, has a very soft and supple wool. Fair market value on that is between $1,000 to $1,500. Now we get to a little bit better and a little bit older pieces. The next one we have out here is this second phase chief blanket. And chief blankets are very desirable. First ever made for the chiefs because wool was precious and they didn't do that many weavings. This particular one woven probably around 1900s. It is in mint condition, again natural dyes, hand spun wool, very beautiful, very decorative. Fair market value between $10,000 to $15,000. And now we come to the cream of the crop, and this is a Hopi chief blanket. If you get to touch it, you will see the wool is completely different. It's hand spun, it's very soft, almost like you get a hair from a rabbit. It is indigo dyed wool with some natural brown and again some natural beige. Woven around 1840s, 1850s. They're very rare. You don't see them in the market. Only museums and high-end collectors carry these. And if this piece would come to an auction, I would expect somewhere, depending who's sitting in the auction, will bring between $40,000 to $70,000. This is today's appraisal for American Indian Weavings. Looking forward to see you next week.